in Brazil, Musk has provoked a feud with Supreme Court Justice Alexandra de Moraes. In a string of tweets over the weekend, Musk complained about a series of broad legal orders from the judge, which he refuses to comply with. The Brazilian Supreme Court responded by opening a criminal inquiry into Musk himself. The orders are secret, so it's hard to say who is impacted or even if Musk's description of them is accurate, but it's broadly in line with what we know about the Brazilian courts. Most observers believe the restrictions have to do with the January 8 mob attacks, in which Jair Bolsonaro's supporters stormed federal buildings in Brasilia, but given the secrecy, it's impossible to say for sure. The judge gave Elon a day to name his legal representatives in Brazil or face Twitter being shut down. He ignored the judge, who has now shut Twitter down, and imposed a fine of $9,000 per day for anyone circumventing or ignoring the ban in Brazil, effectively creating a nightmare for Twitter, in an already rapidly falling global reach, for a platform that has become the go-to destination for vile posts, disinformation and misinformation. All this, under Elanovich Muscovi's encouragement and desperation for Twitter account revenue, to repay the investors he misled when forking out $44 billion for the platform which he has gambled, will be the ideal tool to influence the US elections in Trump's favor, and destabilize governments across the globe where he decides needs doing. So-called followers of Muscovich himself, tens of millions have been proven as mostly false bot accounts, and he continues to push out wild conspiracy theories while supporting Donald Trump in his bid for re-election in November 2024. X being banned from operating in Brazil cuts off Latin America's most populous country at a moment when the platform is scrambling for profitability. Brazilian judges have already banned both Telegram and WhatsApp under similar circumstances, both of which are far more important to everyday Brazilians than X. The bigger problem is how badly Musk has misjudged the political terrain in Brazil. The January 8 attacks on Congress are widely recognized in the country as a constitutional crisis, pitting the personal cult of Bolsonaro against the powers of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court won, and the kind of denialism that dominates American views of January 6 has never taken hold. For organizers like Bruna Santos, who manages global campaigns for the human rights group Digital Actions, that makes judicial overreach the lesser of two evils. Brazil doesn't have a clear notice and takedown system in place. But there is another underlying factor that may be motivating Muscovich to destabilize Brazil, and it concerns his fears of losing out to China in a race for lithium resources for his Tesla vehicles. Elanovich Muscovi's hope may be to get rid of the current government and have a friendlier replacement to help him secure his interests in Brazil. There is a darker side to the story. Elon Musk and Tesla have shown a keen interest in securing lithium resources globally due to the rising demand for electric vehicles, EVs. Lithium is a crucial component in the production of EV batteries, and securing a stable supply is vital for Tesla's growth and sustainability. Brazil, being one of the countries with significant lithium reserves, naturally becomes an attractive location for Tesla and other EV manufacturers. There are several challenges and factors at play in Tesla's efforts to secure lithium resources in Brazil. Competition for resources. Tesla faces competition from other companies and nations that are also looking to secure lithium resources. The global race for lithium has intensified, with other major automakers, battery manufacturers, and even governments seeking to lock in supply agreements. Regulatory and political challenges. Brazil's mining industry is subject to regulatory oversight, and obtaining permits can be a complex process. Changes in government policies, political instability, or shifts in regulatory frameworks can impact Tesla's efforts. Brazil's government may also prioritize partnerships with local companies or other nations that offer more favorable terms. Environmental and social concerns. Mining activities can have significant environmental and social impacts, which can lead to resistance from local communities and environmental groups. Tesla, known for its focus on sustainability, may face challenges in balancing its need for lithium with environmental and social responsibilities. Infrastructure and logistics. Brazil's vast geography and varying infrastructure quality can pose logistical challenges. Transporting lithium from remote mining areas to processing facilities and then to global markets requires reliable infrastructure. Any deficiencies in transportation, energy supply, or communication networks can complicate Tesla's supply chain. Economic factors. Currency fluctuations, inflation, and the overall economic environment in Brazil can impact the cost of lithium extraction and export. Tesla would need to consider these economic factors when planning investments or long-term contracts. Technological and operational challenges. Extracting lithium efficiently and sustainably requires advanced technology and expertise. Tesla may need to invest in local talent, training, and technology development to ensure efficient operations. Until recently, Brazil presented a promising opportunity for Tesla to secure lithium resources, but Muscovich is under pressure as his company must navigate a complex landscape of competition, regulatory challenges, environmental concerns, and logistical hurdles. Successfully overcoming these challenges will be crucial for Tesla to maintain its leadership in the electric vehicle market. With his public run-in with the Brazilian judiciary and his public threats against the presiding judge, he has blown all chances of securing vital resources from Brazil and lost millions of Twitter accounts in an already depleting and relatively small social media platform that he convinced a bunch of powerful people to invest in. Has this content been useful to you? Would you like to see more research and translation content from Beefeater Fella? If you do, and you want to stay up to date with my work, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel now. It takes just a few seconds and it's free. This is really important. Your support and recommendations can make a big difference to the channel. Analyzing the news reports that tell a tale of woe for Elonovich and Tesla in Brazil. Have a look at the chronology of Tesla being squeezed out of Brazil by China's BYD electric car manufacturer, and decide whether this is influencing Muscovich's kamikaze approach and clash with the judiciary in Brazil. February 26, 2023. A number of U.S. media reported that U.S. Tesla is considering acquiring Brazilian lithium miner Sigma Lithium, which is now valued at $3 billion United States dollars. The U.S. electric vehicle website reported on the 20th that as the cost of lithium battery raw materials used in Tesla electric vehicles rises, Tesla intends to deeply enter the lithium mining industry. Tesla's foray into lithium mining is no whim. Tesla has said that if it wants to get deeply involved in the lithium mining industry, it may have to consider an acquisition. Tesla has rarely engaged in acquisitions in the past, especially large-scale acquisitions. Now, though, Tesla is getting serious. Bloomberg News reported on the 18th that Tesla CEO Elon Musk is negotiating with consultants to launch an acquisition, and Brazil's Sigma Lithium is one of the acquisition targets they are considering. Bloomberg reported that Brazil's A10 investment company, the largest shareholder of Sigma Lithium, is considering selling Sigma Lithium and is negotiating with a number of potential buyers. Tesla is one of the companies that has shown acquisition interest. According to reports, relevant negotiations are still in the initial stage, and an acquisition agreement may not be reached in the end. Given that Sigma Lithium shares have more than tripled in 12 months, and shareholders have high expectations for a transaction price, potential buyers may be hesitant to bid. Sigma Lithium's main project is located in a lithium-rich strip in the Brazilian state of Minas Gerais, the electric vehicle website reported. The project is still in the development stage, and the output has reached the experimental scale. It is expected to achieve the commercial goal of producing 766,000 tons of lithium per year. July 28, 2023. Reuters. Sigma Lithium is working with Bank of America to coordinate talks with parties interested in acquiring it, the chief executive of the miner, which produces the metal used to make electric vehicle batteries. Bloomberg News reported in February, citing sources, that automaker Tesla Inc. was considering a bid for Vancouver-based Sigma, which is listed on Nasdaq and has a market value of $4.2 billion. Since the rumors started in February, the management continues to work to understand strategic alternatives to strengthen Sigma's and Brazil's unique environmentally competitive position on the midstream of the global supply chain, said Cabral Gardner. She is also managing partner of A10 Investimentos, which owns 44% of Sigma's shares. Tesla opportunity is kicked out of touch by the CEO, who is looking for someone for the company to marry, and it isn't Elon Musk. Cabral Gardner said that while Bank of America is coordinating meetings with parties that approach Sigma, Sigma has not yet picked a bank to advise on any potential transaction. "Maybe I'm not selling. Maybe I'm partnering with someone. I don't know what I'm doing yet," Cabral Gardner said in the interview. "We need to find someone to marry, and when we find someone to marry, then we choose a priest," Cabral Gardner said, making an analogy between an M and a banker and a priest. "The priest is going to depend on who we're going to marry." 2024. The dawn of demise for Muskovich and Tesla in Brazil. January 14, Reuters, Chinese electric car maker BYD, has held talks with Brazil's Sigma Lithium over a possible supply agreement, joint venture or acquisition, the Financial Times reported on Sunday. BYD met Sigma chief executive Ana Cabral Gardner in São Paulo last month. BYD's Brazilian chair, Alexandra Baldi, told the newspaper, but did not give details, citing a confidentiality agreement. London, April 4, Reuters, Sigma Lithium's chief executive won't sell the miner at current lithium price levels and is concentrating on its near-term expansion plans, she told Reuters in an interview. The Vancouver-based company, whose main business is a hard rock lithium project at Brazil's Grota do Cirilo, started scouting for potential buyers about a year ago. Since then, prices for lithium, a metal key for electric vehicle batteries, have been pressured by slower than expected EV adoption worldwide along with overproduction in China. Elonovich Muscovy is being squeezed out of the lucrative lithium reserves in Brazil, and he wants a new government to support his bid to secure the resources Tesla desperately needs. This must be a consideration when assessing the situation of Twitter being banned in Brazil. The links between Muscovich and Ukraine are clear, that lead both directly to his support for Russia and dictatorships the world over, including China. And his support for the convicted felon-cum-wannabe president. Not forgetting his promotion of vile and support on the Twitter platform, which he claims is legitimate under the absolute freedom of speech muppetry he advocates. I self-fund my equipment. Muscovich has been anti-Ukraine from the get-go, and is a legitimate link and concern to enabling support for the illegal invasion of Ukraine. Has this content been useful to you? Would you like to see more research and translation content from Beefeater Fella? If you do, and you want to stay up to date with my work, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel now.